Hi, Omar. You know that today is Alina's entrance ceremony at her new high school, right?
Oh, hi, Rena. Yeah, I know. The entrance ceremony starts at 9, so I should get there a bit earlier, right? I have a night shift that day, so I'll be coming straight from my workplace, but I'll make sure not to be late.
What? Don't tell me you actually plan on coming, do you?
Yeah, I'm her father, aren't I? Why shouldn't I come to her entrance ceremony?
No, you can't come because you're just going to embarrass us. Alina doesn't want you to come.
What do you mean I'll embarrass you guys? I mean, I went to her graduation ceremony at her middle school, so why can't I go now? Besides, I heard that it's normal for both parents to come to the entrance ceremony. It would be better if I came as well, I think.
No, it's true. It's normal for both parents to come, but there are single parents and stuff too, so it won't stand out that much. It would be better if I went alone and everyone thought I was a single parent than if I went with you.
Huh? What is that even? I know you guys aren't very proud of what I do for a living, but is it seriously that embarrassing? Besides, it's not like they're going to go around asking parents what they do for a living, are they?
Jesus, you really are an idiot. It doesn't matter if they don't ask you your profession because it's obvious what it is just by looking at you.
Huh? Come on, Rena. Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? How are they supposed to know that I work at a factory just by looking at me?
I'm telling you, you don't understand the feelings of a teenage girl. You see, a father who works at a factory is embarrassing for a teenage girl.
Huh? Why exactly is it embarrassing then? I know it's nothing fancy like a pilot or a doctor, but it's nothing to be embarrassed of.
Of course you would say that. You're a factory worker. This new school of Alina's is a high-level private school, so the other students are going to pick on her if they find out that she's from the lower class. Besides, if you come to the entrance ceremony, the whole auditorium is going to stink, so go home.
Huh? Lower class? Just what exactly is this school you sent Elena to? Some sort of prep school? Well, I understand how she might stand out if they find out about her background, but is it really worth pretending I don't exist at all? And what do you mean go home? I haven't even went to the entrance ceremony yet.
I'm telling you not to go to her high school after your night shift is done and go straight home to our house. It's obvious you're going to stink after you just worked hours at a factory. Do you enjoy embarrassing us or something? It's not for me that you shouldn't go, but for Alina, since it's an important day, being her first day in high school and all. Apparently, Alina intends on telling everyone at her high school that her father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. If you stink of factory, then they're going to know for sure that you don't actually work at a trading company. So? Do you understand why you can't come to her entrance ceremony now? Just don't go, all right? Why do you want to go so much in the first place?
Because I thought she was my daughter. You know, I can take a shower in my workplace before I come. I intend on changing into a suit before I go as well. I'm not going to go in the clothes I wear to work if that's what you're worried about.
No matter how much you clean yourself up or polish your appearance, you won't be able to get rid of the stink that's already a permanent part of your body. The one that comes from years working at a factory. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to make you any less embarrassing to us. Do you understand now? Don't come, no matter what. Hello, Father. Don't tell me you came to the entrance ceremony, did you? I heard from Mother that you intend to come, but don't come, no matter what, all right?
Elena, even you're telling me not to come? But I went to your middle school's graduation ceremony, didn't I? Why can't I go now that you're in high school?
That's because my middle school was in the area that we lived, so everyone knew about you in the first place. Meaning that there was no point in trying to hide it. But now that I'm going to a private school a bit farther from our hometown, I can make my own background from scratch since no one knows you.
What do you mean make your own background? So you intend on lying about yourself just to impress your new classmates? That isn't good, Elena. You might impress them at the start, but you're going to end up being one of those people that only do things to please others. You're never going to be happy yourself.
Wow, those are some impressive words for a factory worker. Did you copy and paste that from the internet or something? You see, I'm going to tell everyone that my father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. It's not an embarrassing profession, unlike a factory worker, right? I need to fit in, Dad. This new school of mine is a high-level private school, so the parents of all the other students will probably have such high-income jobs.
So you think that your father working at a factory is embarrassing? I told your mom this already, but while working at a factory might not be flashy, it's an honest job that you shouldn't be embarrassed of. I'm sure not all of the parents will have high-income jobs. Surely there will be some people like you, right?
Of course it's embarrassing. I mean, you stink, first of all. And working at a factory is like the opposite of being stylish, and it's so uncool. That's why I don't like you working at a factory, and I don't care if there are other kids like me. I'm not proud of it, and that's all that matters.
I see. I understand. Fine, I won't come to the ceremony then. Although I was hoping that you would disagree with your mother, it seems I was mistaken.
Hey, Omar. What are these divorce papers you left on the table?
Sorry, but my heart's finally broke.
What? What do you mean your heart's finally broke? Are you some sort of teenage girl who just broke up with her boyfriend or something?
Make fun of me all you want, but I don't care what you say anymore. Both you and Elena have always looked down on me for working at a factory. I try not to think of it too much by telling myself that it can't be helped since Elena is a girl in puberty and that you're just sympathizing with her. But today was the last straw. I thought to myself, why didn't I just quit being a father entirely? And that's when my heart broke and I couldn't hold back my emotions anymore. Those divorce papers I left you are the result of those emotions.
Why don't you do as you please? I mean, you can barely provide for yourself with that meager salary of yours in the first place, let alone for the three of us. That's why I had to work a part-time job all these years, Omar. Because my husband worked at a factory and barely made any money.
I know that I never made that much money, but I did my best to provide for this family until now. Not anymore, though. I'm done. Let's hire a lawyer to deal with the details of property division and stuff.
Huh? A lawyer? Where are you right now?
I won't tell you where I am, but I'll just tell you that I'm in the city.
What do you mean, a lawyer? Don't you think you're over-exaggerating? I thought I just had to turn these papers into the city hall and we were done.
We could, but hiring a lawyer is the best way to avoid trouble with things like this. We mainly need to discuss financial matters, so it's best if we hire an expert to manage things, don't you think? There's a lot less risk of there being any issue. Just sign those divorce papers and turn them into City Hall whenever you like. Well, goodbye, Rena.
Hey, I heard that you were divorcing Mom. Is that true?
Yeah. It's up to your mom when she turns in the divorce papers, though.
Nice! Finally, I was waiting for this day all my life. This is a good opportunity to get a new father, so I hope Mom actually marries someone who works at a trading company. Because then the background I made for myself will be real.
So you're going to continue telling everyone at school that your dad works at a trading company, even though me and your mom are getting divorced?
What? What do you care if I tell everyone my dad works at a trading company? Are you going to tell me that lying is bad and being honest is the best way to make friends or something? That's not how the real world works, Dad. Relationships would never get anywhere if people were honest.
Honestly, do whatever you want. I don't care what you do at school anymore. I just thought that it was strange because you're going to live with your mother after we get divorced, right? Won't your classmates eventually find out that you were lying?
Oh, I see. Well, it's not like anyone's asked me the details yet, so I'll just think of something later on.
So, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Yep. I just wanted to know whether it was true that you and Mom were getting divorced.
I see. Well, goodbye then, Elena.
Bye! Hello, Omar. I thought I'd tell you about the situation. I already turned in those divorce papers.
All right. I'm glad you accepted the financial terms of the divorce as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm lucky I got even that much out of the property division.
Yes, I added a little extra because I was the one who suddenly proposed a divorce, and it might affect Ellen's future. The money you need to raise Elena until she graduates from university is included in the money I gave you. Don't forget that. I don't want you spending it on any other nonsense.
Yeah, I already received an explanation from the lawyer, so it's fine.
All right then, I guess we're officially divorced now.
Yep. Goodbye, Mr. Low-Income Factory Worker. Hey, Omar! You've got to be kidding me, right? The factory you work at was shown on TV. You were interviewed, and they said something about you being the inventor of a new popular item and how you had numerous achievements over the years. And then they said you were going to be the CEO starting from next year. You didn't tell me anything about this, Omar! This can't be happening. To think you were headed straight for a promotion even when you were just a factory worker. I was almost the wife of a CEO. If I had known, I never would have divorced you. Hello, Father. I just graduated high school, and now I'm going to go to university.
Long time no see, Elena. Time flies so fast. You already graduated high school?
Yeah, and I want you to give me the tuition for university.
Huh? But your university tuition was already included in the money I gave your mother when we got divorced.
What? Seriously?
By the way, what university are you going to be entering?
A university.
If it's a university, then the money I gave your mother should be enough to pay for the tuition, since it's a national university, right? Why are you asking me for tuition?
I mean, Mom said that you didn't earn much money, so you could only pay for my tuition until I graduated high school, but you're still my father, so even if you don't earn that much money, it's still your duty as my parent to somehow grant my dreams when I say that I want to go to university.
I see. It seems like Mom didn't tell you anything.
What do you mean?
It's going to be inconvenient for me if you start following me around or something, so I'll explain it to you myself.
Huh? What do you mean, follow you? But I'm your daughter. Isn't that a bit cold?
You see, Elena, you're your mother's child from her previous marriage.
What?
You see, the two of us never legally became related to each other since there was opposition from our families, so I didn't need to provide for your tuition in the first place when me and your mom got divorced. But since I was the one who proposed a divorce, I felt responsible for what it might do to your future. I decided to give your mother an extra 120,000 euros on top of the property division I already gave her to pay for your tuition until you graduate university and stuff.
1,200 euros? But if you can afford that much, just a bit more shouldn't be a problem for you, right? You see, 98% of people from my high school go on to university, so everyone's going to laugh at me if I don't go to university as well. So please, just give me the university tuition.
That's impossible.
Why not?
You see, 120,000 euros was a huge amount of money for me at the time. It was basically all my savings, and I had to be really tight with money for a while after that. I've only recently been able to spend up an average amount of money again. Sorry, but I'm not going to go through that trouble again.
But if you don't give it to me, I won't be able to go to university.
So where's the money that I gave your mom that was supposed to pay for your tuition then?
I don't know.
Alright, then you should ask your mother about it and talk to her about what to do from now on. If she doesn't have the money anymore, then it can't be helped and you have to get a scholarship or get a tuition loan or get a student loan or something.
But even if you tell that to me now...
It might seem cold to you, but I really have nothing to do with it anymore. So you can't just involve me in your financial matters like this. You're not my daughter. The 120,000 euros I gave your mom 3 years ago was the most I could do at the time. Please don't contact me again.
Father!
No, I'm not your father. But I do hope that you find happiness though. Good luck.
Omar! Why did you tell Alina that you weren't actually her father and that you had given me 1,200,000 euros when we got divorced? But if she doesn't get a job as soon as she graduates high school, we won't be able to support ourselves anymore. We don't have any money.
If ever Elena comes to me begging for money in the future, you won't oppose me telling her that she wasn't actually my daughter and about the circumstances involving our marriage.
Huh?
This was one of the conditions you agreed to when I gave you the 120,000 euros.
Oh, damn it.
It looks like you understand now, so goodbye.
Hold on, but it's true that we don't have any money. I heard that ever since you became the CEO, the company's business has been doing better than ever, so you can give us money, right?
Would you please just cut it out already? Didn't I tell you that Elena's tuition until university was included in the money I gave you? It's your fault for not listening to me and using it on who knows what.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I intended to leave some money for Alina's university tuition, but before I noticed it was just gone. So please, Omar, help your family.
Sorry, but you guys aren't my family anymore. You see, I got remarried and I'm going to have a child soon, which means that I don't have any money to spare as I have to provide for my actual family.
Seriously? You got remarried and you're going to have a baby soon?
Yes, that's what I said. Well then, goodbye for real this time. I had my suspicions as to what had happened to the 120,000 euros I gave Reina, but apparently she quit her part-time job after we got divorced. Apparently the 120,000 euros was used to support the two of them during the 3 years Elena was in high school, as well as for Elena's tuition. Honestly, what she did was more sane than I had expected. I thought that she would spend the money on random garbage like new bags or something. Anyways, ultimately, Elena gave up on going to university, but she didn't get a job either. After finding out that her mother used the money that was supposed to pay for her university tuition, she became feral and started just staying in her room all day. Reina was terrified of Elena's wrath, and so she started working part-time again. But since she only earns minimum wage and has to start from the beginning, the two were barely able to keep themselves alive, it seems. Not only that, but apparently Reina's new job was at a factory, the place she herself made fun of me so many times for working at. I guess she got what she deserved for making fun of a person's profession without even understanding what exactly it is that they do. Maybe karma does really exist.
Mom? Hey, where did you go? Right now, Dad is looking all over for you.
Huh? Is this you, Ed? Are you using your dad's phone again to try and text me?
Well, Mom, I don't have a phone of my own to text you from, so I had to take his.
And a boy in 5th grade doesn't need to have a smartphone at his age, right?
I know that, but Dad told me that when I needed to talk with someone else in the family while they are out, I could use his phone and text. Also, Dad had a small accident with his hand, right? And so he can't use his hand to text you right now.
Yeah. I knew that man was going to care more about you than anyone else. But if he really wants to spoil someone, he's better off doing that with my daughter, who looks just like me, since she is definitely the better looking one of you two.
You're talking about Avery, right?
Yes, that's right. You already know that I'm in love with all things that are both cute and beautiful. And that's why I'm only in love with your cute older sister, Avery.
Mom?
Just a second ago, you had asked me where I am right now, right? Well, I'm at the airport right now.
The airport?
I'm going to be taking your sister to France with me, and she's going to become a supermodel with the help of her mom.
She's going to become a supermodel in France?
I'm going to take her to Paris with me, and we'll find her a modeling agency who will take great care of her. And you are far too ugly to be a kid of my own, so I won't be needing you anymore. Well, you only ever ended up as a kid of mine because your dad brought you along with him in the marriage, so I don't even have to call you a part of my family anymore. So please don't think anything bad of this, okay?
Dad is asking, have you filed out any diverse paperwork yet?
Tell him that the paperwork is sitting on the coffee table in the living room.
Alright. Well then that's fine with me, is what he said.
Huh?
Well, Dad just said that about you a second ago, but I feel the same way about you as well now. Have fun in France, Mom. Bye-bye.
Hello, Ed? This is your phone number, right, Ed?
And who am I speaking to right now?
This is your mom, Andrea.
What?
I've heard about how you've been doing so well for yourself, Ed. So now you can look up to me as your mom since I was able to get you to this point, and I can feel good about myself again as well.
I'm sorry to say this, but I don't believe I'm speaking with my mom right now.
Well, it has been 10 years since we last met, and I'm sure my number is different from the one I had back in those days. But look, I'm your mom. And if you're wondering how I got your number, I was able to get it from your aunt. Your aunt was kind enough to tell me that you're getting into the showbiz yourself there, huh? And that you'll be going into Hollywood for your debut, right?
That freaking dog. She's really gone and done it now.
Hey, come on now. You should not be speaking about your aunt in that manner, okay? It's because of her that I'm finally able to talk to you again, and you can finally speak with your mother once more. I bet you're so happy to finally hear from your mom again after 10 long years of waiting, right?
But I already told you, this is not my mom's number that I'm currently speaking to. Also know that she has only one phone and she's never told me nor anyone else that she has another. So tell me, what the hell do you want?
Come on, Ed. You don't have to give me such a cold shoulder. I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, but you should still know how to talk to your own mother, right?
Look, can you quit it with all that BS?
Huh?
Are you kidding me? Can you not tell by the way I'm talking to you right now that I don't see you as my mother anymore and that I never want to again?
Huh?
You and that girl of yours, both Dad and I don't care about you guys. And all you do is bring back our bad memories by talking to me again. So go the hell away. And never try texting or calling me again.
Ed! This drama that I'm watching right now, I can tell just by looking at your face that you're the one playing the rival to the main character, right? I saw your name in the opening credits, and that face of yours is the same as when you were back in 5th grade. I totally get it now. Back in the day, you were a bit of an ugly duckling, but now that you've grown into a young adult, I have to say that you are one handsome-looking gentleman. Amazing. So you really are my son after all.
Ugh. You're texting me again?
Hey! Do you really think that's the right way to talk to your own mother? It's not! So you'd better start talking to me in a polite manner from now on.
You're not my mom. And that is why I'm talking to you like the annoyance you really are.
All right already, all right. I get it that it's because of me that you've become this amazing little actor. It's because of all that wishing and praying that I did to have a child of mine turn into an actor that you've become such an amazing person, right?
Seriously?
And compared to you, your older sister Avery, well, let's just say she's not doing as great.
What's happened to Avery?
Well, her and I are coming back to the States soon.
Weren't you and her trying your hardest to get her to become a supermodel or something?
Well, that didn't ever really turn into anything more than just a dream. I thought for sure that since she's a natural beauty, she'd be able to make it in one of those agencies over there, but of course, those French have a different idea of who's beautiful or not. So in the end, any agency we went to never gave her a chance to model, and any private work she tried never ended up being scouted. And what's worse is after failure, she began to eat a lot more bread and stuff to fight the stress, and let's just say she's gained a few pounds. Really, she's no longer a beauty whatsoever, but rather the definition of an obese person. Seriously, I cannot use her at all now. But this is why, to me, you were the perfect son any mother could ever ask for. My prayers were finally heard, and you turned into the most handsome-looking young man imaginable.
Well, I didn't get this far because of you.
Huh?
The only reason I've become an actor is because I wanted to become one, so I put in the effort to get to where I am now. To tell you the truth, it's supposed to be the manager's job to be here with me to help me diet and make sure I stay up to date on roles, right? Well, you haven't been here for me these past 10 years, nor have you ever been my manager, so screw you.
Huh?
Also, people don't just make it in a modeling or acting business by looking good.
Ed!
You have to be able to act as well, whether it's on stage or in the studio. And you have to be able to work to become the character you want to be, which takes weeks to perfect.
Wait a minute.
So you have no right coming to me acting as though you've put any work or care into me? Therefore, please, for God's sake, just leave me the hell alone so that you don't cause me any headaches anymore. Seriously, stop talking to me. I'm not messing around right now.
Seriously, Ed? Don't you think you're going a little too far with all this after having blocked your own mother's number now?
Are you kidding me?
I had my phone number changed so that I could get in touch with you again.
I told you already, stop trying to get in touch with me anymore.
Oh my. Well, why would I ever want to stop talking to my son? Are you really sure you want me to stay away from you even longer than I already have? I plan to become your manager soon so that you can become even more famous.
What?
You don't have to try and keep me at bay anymore. I promise that I'll do everything in my power to make sure you get as many roles as you'd like. And if you're worried about me having any experience, just know that I've been the manager for Avery for the past 10 years, and I did a wonderful job at it.
By wonderful, do you mean you failed her on multiple occasions, and that's why you're back?
Huh?
As from what you've told me, you didn't take Avery anywhere as her manager, and only led her to becoming fat and sad about her life. You told me that yourself the last time we chatted about her.
Well, that was something else. It had nothing to do with me as her manager, rather do with her way of thinking. She didn't have the drive she needed to become a supermodel, and that's why things didn't work out for her. But you're different. I know that with my help, I can take you to the top.
Well, I'm already on my way there.
Huh?
My manager happens to be one of the most well-known in the Hollywood world, and she also happens to be my mom.
Your mom? Ah, right. So this is your way of saying that you want me to be your manager, right? Understood, Eddie. I'll make sure to make you huge in Hollywood, and make sure that you and I never have to worry about falling out of the spotlight ever again.
Wrong. I'm talking about how I already have a manager and mother, and she's not you.
What? What do you mean by that?
My dad happened to get remarried about 8 years ago.
Huh?
And not only did Dad end up getting remarried, but he did so with a woman who he ended up having a baby girl with. And she has the most beautiful face and figure. But unlike you, she's not the kind of person to only care about those that are attractive looking, and is willing to love everyone in her family very much. And so because of her warmth, I've been able to forget about the cold past that I had with you as my mother, and can now live a new life as a successful man.
That man, he got remarried to a new woman? And not just that, but had a girl with her?
And that's why I've been saying that you're not my mother this whole time. It's been 10 years since you left Dad and I, so I have zero clue why you're back here now trying to talk to me like you ever cared about my family. But if you really think that you have any chance of getting back into this family as my dad's wife, then you're strictly mistaken, as there's zero chance of that happening now.
What?
That's what I thought.
I have no other choice right now. 10 years ago, my dad, who was a very wealthy person, passed away. And of course, after his death, I received a lot of that money in his will from him. And when that money came to me, I thought it would be the perfect chance for me to get my daughter to become a famous model. And that's why I took her with me to France and started to make her model.
I see. So that's what Dad was explaining to me about after you left us?
During the first year, I was never able to land her any modeling gigs, and so I just thought that was a part of the industry. And since she didn't have a name for herself yet, I decided it would be better for the two of us to start conforming to life there first before getting into modeling. But then it was 2 years, and then 3 years, and time just kept on going without us ever seeing any real work come for us. And during that time, Avery graduated from an international high school there. That was the moment I thought she'd really put all her time into modeling, without the need to study, but I was wrong. But then I started to really have a closer look at her, and it appeared to me she already gave up. And the food there had gotten the best of her. She was no longer the beautiful young woman I pictured her as, rather a model for some weight loss ad. And it wasn't just that. I noticed that a lot of the money from my father had dwindled away, and so I had to make the choice to bring us back to the U.S.
What?
The house that your sister and I had been planning on living in is no longer there for us. And so right now, we don't have a place to go home to.
Right. Currently, your mom is in an elderly home, spending the last couple of years of her life being cared for by the nurses there.
What?
I heard from her that she used the money left over by her husband and the money from the house when she sold it to get into a really nice home where there are all sorts of amenities for her.
You're kidding. So that means there really is no place for us to go?
And that's not all, actually. You ended up taking your daughter away with you to another country, even though she never really wanted to. And while there, you used up not only your own money that you received from your late dad, but also the money that was supposed to be left for her. There were apparently a few other people that were supposed to get the money from your late father, who never did because of you.
What are you talking about? Where is my mom right now?
I have no clue where she chose to go, besides that it's good for her.
What?
So far, everything I've been telling you has been okay to tell you, as the other parties involved don't seem to mind you knowing. But even if I did know more about your mom, I wouldn't tell you, as she never gave me the permission to.
Hold on a second. If you're not going to tell us where she is, how are Avery and I going to live?
Think about that one yourself, Andrea.
Huh?
There's another thing. As for that aunt of mine that ended up causing you to learn about my current situation in the first place, the whole family has stopped talking to her. So if you're trying to go for her for more information regarding me, you won't learn anything more than you already know.
Huh?
Now, I have to get ready to head into the studio for another session of takes, so I'll be going now.
Huh? Wait a second, Ed.
I'm blocking you again.
Right now I'm stuck in a cheap motel with Avery, and we don't have much money left to keep us here. When it's all gone, we'll have to move into the streets. Hey, I'm only asking you this one time to please give me a place to live, just for a little bit. Ed!
There was one last thing that I never ended up explaining to Andrea, and it all had to do with the information that was left over regarding her late father's money and assets, and who they all went to. On that sheet of paper, she could probably take a closer look at it and learn where her mother ran off to, had she just taken the time to do so. Of course, Andrea or Avery could still think of that as an option and take a look for themselves, but I was never gonna recommend that to her, as I just don't care about either. So whatever happens next with those three will be left unknown to me. And a couple days later, Andrea and Avery both appeared to have figured out where I was currently working in Hollywood and came to find me. But of course I told security of this, and they made sure to stay on the lookout for these two. And when they were spotted around the studio, security called the police, who then came and grabbed the two of them, where they later found some information on distant relatives of them who they ended up calling to come get them. And within a day, a black minivan pulled up outside the police station to pick those two up, and then they were gone for good. My dad later called me to tell me that distant relative was Andrea's younger sister, who ended up taking those two into her company to work for her, day and night, for the rest of their lives. It was such a relief to learn that Andrea and Avery could no longer touch any of us anymore, and ever since then, I've been able to live in peace. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.